I am so excited that you press play on this workout today because this is one of those workouts that is almost, you can consider it like the foundation to your training. And as we get stronger in our other exercises and our other methods of training, we have to take the time to go back to the basics to build our foundation even stronger so that we can continue to grow and progress and change. And this is one of those workouts that is going to do just that. This is a more classic or traditional style of strength training. We're gonna have a very simple structure. So the structure today, 9 exercises repeated 3 times, working for 50 seconds, resting for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go super heavy with our weight. So that is the goal today, is to lift heavy. What this is gonna do is gonna help us increase our muscle mass. And when we do that, all of our other training sessions on top of that, we're going to be able to increase little by little. So again, this is going to level up your training, and I'm so glad you're in for it today. We are gonna need just our dumbbells, like I mentioned earlier, those heavy dumbbells, and then optional, you can see I've got my exercise bench out here. If you have that and you wanna use it, you can grab that. I will have a modification for a hip thrust when we do it, but for other than that, you'll do those exercises, chest press, skull crushers, and we'll do a seated shoulder press. You can do those all standing or on the mat. And with that, let's go ahead and get into our warm-up, and I'll talk through the warm-up because we're gonna mix up the warm-up a little bit today because we're starting with all upper body exercises, then we're gonna go lower, so we'll kind of get a little second warm-up through the halfway through this workout. So with that, go ahead. If you want to start your watch, you can do that as well. I'm going to do that traditional style strength training option. And then let's go ahead and get into our warm up. And we are starting with arm circles. So just big arm circles forward here. Keeping your head up, chest up. And this may not be your favorite style of training, and that is okay. But again, it's the foundation. And sometimes those foundational things are not always our favorite, but we got to do them. Let's take those circles back. Because again, this will make such a big difference in all of our other training styles. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna do a hanging arm swing. So just from here, imagine you're hinging over to do a bent over row. So back flat, core tight, and I just want you to let those arms swing. One arm on top and then the other. Breathing as we go, keeping that core tight, spine long, neck neutral. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna grab some light to moderate weights. I'm gonna use my 15 pounds. We're gonna go into a bent over row, and then we're gonna go into push-ups on the mat. So we'll just need those weights for this row here. Rowing the shoulders back. Rolling the shoulders back, hinge it over, and let's row. Squeeze, wrap your shoulder blades around your spine, and down. So like I said, we are gonna work the major muscle groups in the upper body first, then we're gonna hit the lower body. So we've got 5 exercises coming for upper body. We are gonna take just a couple minutes in between and start to warm up through the lower body to make sure we can go heavy right away. And then we'll get into lower body. So we've never broken up the warm up like that, so that's what you can expect. Last 2, and then we're gonna take it down for push-ups and bring it down to the mat for push-ups. Body long and strong, knees or toes, and here we go. Exhale as you press up. Let's do 3. 2 more. And last 1. Whew, all right, we're gonna get started going back into that bent over row. This is where we're gonna start heavy. 3 sets at 50 seconds with a longer 30 seconds of rest. So grab your heavy weights and let's do this. As we're lifting with this heavier weight, tempo is gonna be nice and slow. Hinge it over, try to get your chest parallel to the floor if you can do that. Squeezing that belly button into your spine, and here we go, 50 on. Hold it at the top for a second, nice and slow down. Row and squeeze up. Good, really focus on squeezing those shoulder blades around your spine to feel those back muscles work. And at the bottom of this rep, make sure you're getting that full range, extending the arms all the way down, and then rowing right back up. Well over halfway, a few more reps here. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and a 1. Good. You got 30 seconds. This is a nice long break to really let those muscles relax and rest. Get ready to go again. Try to keep this weight as heavy, if not heavier, for this next set through, but adjust your weight accordingly. Remember, your weight is gonna vary from workout to workout, just kind of depending on how we're working today. But today is one of those days where by the end of each set, it is like, oh, I could not have done one more. Grabbing our weights, going again. 50 seconds on, and here we go. And another thing that I just wanna mention, just in case maybe you don't have super heavy weights yet, you're still working up to building your collection of dumbbells. If that is the case, you can always kind of increase your volume and pick up your tempo just a little bit with the weights that you have. And just think that those weights are heavier. You can imagine that, and you can really feel those muscles working as you make that mind-muscle connection. And that mind-muscle connection is where you start to understand where you're working here. As you squeeze, you can feel those muscles really start to work. So just think those weights are heavier than they are. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, that was the second set. We got one more. We don't often do 3 sets. And when we do, I have such a hard time keeping track. I'm like, okay, 1, this is 2, now we're going on to 3. So, catch me if I'm wrong in this one. I'm gonna try to stay on it today. All right, second, see, I just said it. Second set, third set. Grabbing your weights, and here we go. Let's row. Last set for these, so make it count. Whew. Third set, the shake is on. We are not messing around. Still taking our time, thinking about good form and full range of motion. Halfway. Oh, this is getting me. But that's what we want. Almost there. Here it is, 3, 1. Okay, nice job. 3 sets now of chest press. So we got 30 seconds, breathe it out. We're gonna bring it down to the, actually, no, I said I wanted my bench. I'm gonna use my bench for this. So you can use your bench or you can do that chest press on the mat. We'll actually use the bench for the next 3 exercises if you have it and you wanna use it. So getting ready, rolling it on back, drive those shoulder blades into the mat or your bench, get a little arch through your back, and let's begin. 50 seconds on. Here we go. All the way down. Now, if you are on your bench, let those arms come down past that bench. A really deep range of motion there. Stretch those muscles, and then all the way back up. If you are on the mat, tap your arms on the ground. If you are really getting serious about strength training, I will tell you, the bench is nice to have, for sure. Because this little extra stretch can do a lot for those chest muscles. And all in all, the bench is a little bit more comfortable than the ground. Okay, last one. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rest it out. Resting it out here. We'll go again, second set. In between sets, feel free to kind of give it a little stretch. A more dynamic stretch as we move through it. We're gonna roll it back. We've got 8 seconds. Second set. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Exhale and squeeze. Tighten up through the chest muscles as you press up towards the ceiling. All the way down. All the way up. Good, really hear yourself exhale as you press that heavy weight up. Use that breath as power here. Almost there. Last one, count it for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, 30 seconds. Resting it out. Breathing. Going again. Third set. I'm just gonna keep saying every set we're on so I don't forget. All right, 10 seconds. Let's roll it on back again. Last time for chest press. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Wrists are straight, punch the ceiling. Now it really does help to get an arch through your back as you drive in through your shoulder blades. So take that, use that to your advantage right there, that arch as you exhale. Good. Whew. Wow. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Bring it down. We are going into a seated Arnold press next. You can do this standing, absolutely. So if you don't have your bench or you don't have a couch or chair or anything, do that standing. If not, have a seat, and we'll talk about why a seated position is a little different from a standing position as we're into this. All right, Arnold press, palms facing you first, going in 3, 2, right into it. Here we go. So if you are standing, first of all, get a nice solid stance, whether you have a slightly wider stance, I'll take it up and show you, slightly wider stance, or a staggered stance, one foot in front of the other, hips tucked under, soft knees. Now, from here, standing or seated, we're keeping that core tight and shoulders relaxed. So don't shrug your shoulders as you press up. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good, control it down. All right, rest it out. That was set 1, moving on to set 2. And just breathe it out here. I like days like this though, when by the end of it, you just feel so exhausted. On those days when you really lift heavier, tell you what, protein shake tastes so good after this. All right, getting ready. Second set, here we go. And I sleep so much better on these days where we really, pretty much any day I get to do a workout, my sleep is so much better. And I know this will be one of those days where during the workout, you might not even sweat that much. Your heart rate might not get up super high like it does on some of our other strength days, and that's totally normal. But this is still a really crucial day, again, for that overall growth and muscle increase and just getting stronger overall in your training. Last 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, that was set 2. Set 3 next. Last set for this. I just want to move my bench over a little bit because I'm not quite sitting in the middle. Sitting on that in-between spot is not comfortable. All right, now during this last set, I'm gonna explain standing versus seated so you get the difference here. Going in 30 seconds, in 2, and here we go. Relax the shoulders, this last set is gonna be tough. So the difference between standing and seated as you are standing It might not seem like it, but your legs actually do help with that press. When we are seated, it takes any extra momentum or any help from that lower body and really helps you isolate through the shoulders. So that's why even a seated position, just a very slight variation in our exercises can make a big difference in our training. That's why we're always mixing it up. We might do the same exercises, but we might adjust tempo, we might adjust the duration we work, the duration of rest. All of these little things add up to big changes overall. Okay, and this is it. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, yes, we got it. Going into skull crushers next. So this is another one where you can be on the mat or you can be on your bench. And I'm gonna use my bench. I'm gonna use just 1 dumbbell. You can definitely use 2 though if you'd like, but I'm gonna keep 1 and hold onto the ends of my dumbbell. If you are using 2, hold onto the bar. Bringing it down, first set of skull crushers, going in 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Now if you're on the bench, you can drop that down just a bit lower even. Now you don't want to do a pullover, which is where you're dropping your shoulders back too much. We are still focused on just bending at that elbow and then pulling back up. Exhale and press back up towards the ceiling. Woo, shaking. Here it is, last 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice. Okay, rest this one out for a second. Set 1 done, set 2 coming. So that's the biggest thing. When you're thinking about this exercise, we are working through the back of the arm. So your biggest goal is to, as you come back up straight, squeeze, tighten up through the back of that arm, feel those muscles contract, and then down nice and low, squeeze everything through the back of the arm. Going again, second set, hinge it back, or bring it back, and here we go. So really straighten up through the arms, I should say, where both of them are working right here. Arms are going to be perpendicular to the ceiling. So you don't want to take the dumbbell and pull it down towards your legs. Keep it nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Good, and exhale. This is another one where you can really drive those shoulder blades into the mat to get a little extra power through that. Last 3, 2, and 1. I gotta finish out this rep. There it is. Okay, 30 seconds. Whew, breathing it, resting it, and last and final set. Although this might not be as exciting as a no repeat or, you know, some cardio and strength all in one, supersets, my favorite personally, this is still going by really quick and you can just feel those muscles. Yes! Okay, last set here. Do you see how much I love it when we get to build muscle? It is so fun. Here we go, 60 seconds. Oh, it is shaking when you lower down there. Oh, press it up, almost there. Well over halfway, so a few more reps here, and then only one upper body exercise left. So we've hit all the major muscle groups in our upper body thus far, except for the biceps, which is going to be our next exercise, all focused on biceps and isolation move for those. Last 3, 2, and 1. There it is. Nice job. All right, so bicep curls next. I am going to get my bench out of here. We're gonna do standing bicep curls, so you don't need your bench until we get to our first exercise in the lower body. which will be that hip thrust or glute bridge if you're doing that on the mat. Bicep curls, heavy weights, grabbing them and getting ready. 3 seconds. Here's 2, and let's curl. 50 on. Nice and slow down, nice and slow. All the way down. So get that full range. Those arms are extended all the way. Squeeze back up. And down. All the way down. Right here, exhale as you work through this. Squeeze. Control it down. Think about your bicep muscles right here as you are contracting through those. Tighten them up. Squeeze. And then down. Almost there. Good, here comes that countdown. Last 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds to rest. Whew. Now, even right here during this break, I just want you to just try something, because sometimes when you have your weights in your hand, it can be hard to really think about that muscle, but I just want you to think about it down. And as you just curl up, squeeze those muscles as tight as you can, and then back down. That's the same thing that I want you to do with the weights in your hand. It's like we are talking, we're getting up there, and it is gonna burn and it is gonna build. So here we go, second set. Squeeze right there, get that squeeze. And with that squeeze, one thing I wanna mention, especially when we're lifting heavy, when we're lifting heavy, you do not need to over grip your weights. That is going to be one thing that is going to really start to bother your hands and your wrists. So don't over grip the weights. You've just got a soft grip on those weights. Good, relaxing through the shoulders here. This is one of my favorite exercises. I love working biceps. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 30 seconds to rest. So again, practice that if you need to. Maybe you didn't quite get a chance to feel it. Down, squeeze, and then back down. So you can feel it. You can even do it just one side, just up, squeeze, feel that muscle. That's what I want you to do with the weights. So do that even, hey, you're just hanging out around the couch. Hold on, let me just contract my bicep. It'll help in your workouts. Going again in 3, 2, and 1. And yes, these are things that I think about in my everyday life. I'm so intrigued, and I just love how the body works and how we can change it and grow it, and how it just helps in your everyday life. That it is my passion. And if you have a passion, that's something you're always thinking about. And it makes me so happy that you want to be here and join me in this. So thank you. Good, squeeze. We are almost there. And that is good, because I think the biceps are about done. So remember what I said, we are gonna get ready for lower body next. We're gonna have just a quick warm up. I know that sounds weird. Last 3, 2, and 1. So I'm gonna hold on to these weights, and we're gonna go ahead and set them down. Well, I'm gonna keep them nearby for when we go into our weighted. But right now, I just want you to take a narrow squat into a wider squat. So narrow and wide. Narrow, step it out on the other side. So we're gonna work through some body weight, lower body warm-up exercises. Then we're gonna grab our weights. But we're just kind of breaking it up here, since the lower body work is so much later into the workout. Last one here, take it narrow. Now go ahead and just grab some quad pulls here, switching it up from one side to the other. And then we're gonna grab our dumbbells, and we're gonna go into a squat and then into an RDL. So starting more moderately heavy, because we want to be able to lift heavy right out of the gate. Last 2, and 1. Grabbing your weight, squat first, up on your shoulders, and here we go. Down, and press. Let's do 3 more, and then we'll go into RDL. Here's 3. Squeeze those legs. Don't lock your legs out though. Here's 2, and 1. Switching your position with your arms here, RDL, shoulders rolled back, elongate through the spine and hinge it. Pull and squeeze. So we're gonna get ready for our first lower body exercise, which is that squat. Go heavy. 2 more here, here's 2. And legs should be feeling warm and ready to lift heavy. If you need a little bit more time, pause, do some more squats or RDLs, whatever gets you warm there, and then get ready for it. Grabbing those weights for that heavy squat. We got 3 sets. Breathing, we go in 3. Here's 2, 50 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Head is up, chest is up, and drop it low. Keeping that head up. And by up, I mean just let your eyes follow along. You do not want to drop your chin towards your chest. As soon as you start to look down at the ground, that's where your chest is gonna go. It's gonna close up your chest and really not be the best squat form. You know we're all about good form around here. Push that floor away, you're almost there. Oh, okay. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, heavy weights, yep, set them down. Shake it out. This is another one where when we are lifting with this heavier weight, especially for the lower body, another thing, your hands, they might start to feel tired. Make sure in between sets, you just rest them out and don't over grip them as we're training with them. 10 seconds, we gotta go again. Grabbing your weight. 3, 2, second set of squats, here it is. Nice job. And I'm working super hard. I'm working right along with you, lifting my heavy weights. So some of these sets I cannot talk, but I want you to make sure form is in the front of your mind as we're working through this. Good, push that floor away. You should really be gritting it out at this point. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, nice. Shake it out. 1 more set of squats. Okay, we're about halfway through this break. 1 more set of squats. And then we're gonna move on to hip thrusts. So if you've got your bench, you'll use that. If not, we'll be on the floor. All right, back focus on squats, 50 seconds of work. Grab your weights, rack them up. And here we go, 50 on. Oh, good. Almost halfway. The good news I can tell you right now is we are over halfway through this workout. And although this is super tough, both body and mind, it is going to be 100% worth it as you see yourself start to grow and change in all your other workouts and in everyday life. Last 3. And 1. Oh, I couldn't even get that out. There it is. Okay. So we're gonna need our box or bench if you're using that. If not, glute bridge on the ground. You'll see a modification on screen. Gonna get ready for this. I like to use 1 dumbbell for hip thrusts. So if you've got, you can always use 2. I like to use 1. I just feel like I have better control of the weight when I am up on the bench like that. Getting into position now for this. We've got under 10 to go. Keep the weight in your heels. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze up, squeeze those glutes, back flat. Hold it for a second at the top. Down and press. As you squeeze back up, I want you to think power right here. Really push and squeeze up. The movement should never be jerky. You want to make sure it's a smooth movement as you come up. But you can really think about just a little extra speed as you come up for that power. Don't hold it too long at the bottom of this move. But we can hold it here for a second at the top with that contraction. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Oh, okay, rest it out. Ooh, second set coming. Take a break here. Now, these sets with our lower body, you might notice your heart rate is getting up on these because biggest muscle groups we're working now here in the lower body. So that requires our heart to pump a little bit harder to get the oxygen and blood flowing where we're working, where it's needed the most right now. Second set. So taking it out, and here we go. 50 on, down, and squeeze. And I haven't said it yet today, but hopefully it's crossed your mind at one point. Especially when we are going heavy and a little bit slower. It is not about the quantity of reps that you can get out. It is about the quality. Quality over quantity for sure on this one. Almost every single time. Because form is going to be super important. Getting that full range of motion. And when you are lifting with heavier weights, you have got to keep your mind where you are right here. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, rest it out. Last set for these. And then we have only 2 exercises left for the lower body. Getting ready to go again. 10 seconds. Grab your weight. Get it back into position. And let's get ready. Legs out. Going in 3, 2, last 50 seconds here. Squeeze. Now with the lower body exercises that we have today, they're a lot more compound. So with the upper body, we had some more isolation with the skull crushers and the bicep curls, but with the lower body, we're more compound with those, meaning we're working multiple muscle groups at one time. Squeeze, good. Really get that squeeze at the top. Don't forget to tell yourself that. Squeeze. You feel that little extra oomph right there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Next exercise is our sumo deadlift. This one, I like to use 1 dumbbell. It helps me mimic the barbell a little bit more when we do it, or when I do it with 1 dumbbell. But by all means, if 2 works better for you, go for that. And this is where I take it to the top for myself. Legs out, toes out, sumo position. Back flat, core tight, drop the bum, start from the bottom. And here we go. So with a deadlift, you are bending at the knees and hinging at the hips. Back is staying flat. Neck is neutral. Eyes following along with your lower and your lift. Good. I like to think about sticking my chest out as well here so my shoulders don't cave in, and close up my chest. Push that floor away. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice. Amazing job. We're getting so close. Okay, next set in about 15. Same thing, 2 more sets like that. All right, so start from the bottom, legs out, toes out. Even from the very get-go, really drop that bum, hinge at the hips, back is flat, and here we go. So that dumbbell stays very close to your center of gravity. You're not, I don't even want to do it, but I just want to make sure that you're not dropping it down far in front of you. So that dumbbell needs to just come straight down, straight up. So no reaching forward here. Good, almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. 30 seconds. Last set here for this exercise, then one final exercise to go. During this rest, really just let yourself kind of compose yourself. Gather your belongings if anything got lost along the way, and get ready to go again. Back to focusing right here. Going in 3, start low, 2, and 1. You also do not have, I noticed too, I just want to say, I like to tap the ground to make sure that I'm going as low as I can here, but you do not necessarily have to tap the ground. You can take it down and then back up. I just prefer having little cues for myself along the way in my reps. That just helps me push past my comfort zone, which is always one of the goals here we have on the strength channel. Well, on the cycling channel for that matter too. Yeah, in case you didn't know, I also have a cycling channel if you are interested. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, breathing, 30 seconds. So we have got RDLs next, Romanian deadlift. Okay, I'm gonna go with you. There's a difference between the Romanian deadlift and the sumo deadlift. Do not hinge at the knees, keep soft, or do not bend at the knees. Keep soft knees, hinge at the hips. Here we go. Pull, squeeze. So 3 sets here. Oh my word, the legs are like, oh yeah, we know that we have been working heavy today. I can feel it all over. So with this RDL, keep the weight in your heels, keep that chest open, dumbbells nice and close to your legs. And again, just a soft knee. Push the hips to the wall behind you and back stays flat. There are a lot of points here to talk about. So kind of just start from the head up. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Rest it out. Okay, we're going again. 2 more sets and then our challenge. Breathing. The challenge, by the way, the challenge is, it's not in this workout per se, but it can be part of the workout. You just got to click on it at the end. And I'm going to encourage you to do it because it's going to go really well with this one. We're going second set. Here we go. 50 seconds of work. Get those heavy weights. Roll those shoulders back. Start with that good posture. And here we go. Pull and squeeze up. Good. Spine is long. Neck is staying neutral. And you're keeping that chest open. And the way that I like to do that to help keep my chest open is thinking about sticking my chest out a little bit. Like I'm walking around with good posture. That's what I like to think about. Good. Almost there. And another thing to really make those hams and glutes work a little bit more, think about as you come back, keep the weight in, keep those knees back. Last one. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Good job. This is it. We are so close. Feels so good to get to this point. Oh, I love it. I'm always like, I don't want it to end, but I'm also so excited that we made it this far. Breathing, okay, 10 seconds. Let's get ready for it. This is the last 50 seconds of work. Not even a minute of work, only 50 seconds of work here. 3 seconds and we go. Time is on, 50, let's do it. Keep those knees soft, really drive that bum to the wall behind you. Spine nice and long and core tight. Sticking that chest out. Oh yes, over halfway now. Perfect time to tell you about our challenge today, which is all about the abs. You know we have hit all of the major muscle groups through the upper and lower body. Now it's the abs turn. So make sure to finish out with this challenge today. It's gonna complete the entire, it's the bow on top, it's the cherry on top. How about that? Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. That is that. Also, if you are looking for some help in your training and you're like, I don't even know where to begin, make sure to check out the February calendar. That will help. The March calendar. We're already in February. March calendar is out now. Abs are waiting for you. And I love you. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I will see you over at our challenge. Thank you for being here.